Hey guys, How's it going? Today is kind of a cool day. We're going to do a few things. We've got a really great group. We've done a lot in the past where we talk about, Team Skunk Alpha, where we talk a lot about Team Skunk Omega. And today we wanted to kind of take a little bit of a different break on it. And I wanted to talk to a group from Team Skunk Beta. Team Skunk Beta is an amazing guild, and they have quite a bit of information. They are a really amazing group. In fact, two or three of those guys, have really helped me out a bunch. And so I just wanted to kind of, come back in here a little bit and say how much we appreciate them. And then we're going to jump in here just a minute, and be in there with them. So we will do that here in just right now. So I will jump in here and we will see how they are going, and I will try to introduce everybody to you because it'll be some new names and some new voices that you haven't heard before. So here we go. Hey guys, how's it going?
What's going on, man?
What's up, Grande?
What's up? So this is kind of our Team Skunk Beta voice reveal to the world. So this is um, Rev Dr. Shaw,
So,
and then we have Reggae Dragon.
What's up?
Nice. And then we have Panda from Team Skunk Omega, who's been on here with us before. And then we also have Daryl.
What's up?
How's it going? And
It's
then
good.
good man. And then D Reynolds. How you doing, D Reynolds?
What up, everyone? I'm sorry if you guys thought I was a female, but I'm not. Hate to break it to you all.
Oh man.
we all thought that.
Oh man. The voice reveal takes it, doesn't it? So, so what I wanted to do here quickly, because it's almost that time, we are going to check and see how payout's going. And my payout, and somebody, I'm getting a little bit of feedback on their mic. I don't know who that is. It may just be myself. Oh, it's Rev Shaw. it's
Oh,
it's
of course it is.
it's, it's
Rev messing it up for everyone. Good job, Rev.
so I guess what I first wanted to start with is if you guys could tell us a little bit about Team Skunk Beta, and kind of how you do things. One of the things that I think is really neat that I wanted to talk about is I wanted to talk about how you guys raid, because you guys raid differently than almost any other group I've seen. And so I want you to kind of explain how you raid, and then explain how you got to that point.
Yeah. So we came out this. We have a ton of time zones in beta. We got about 9 different global time zones we have to account for, and so we needed a way that people could get a fair share of attack time and get their shots. So the way that we do it is we open the raid in the morning in U.S. time, and anybody that wants to can attack the pigs, and then we all finish our attack at 7:30 a.m. so that we waste damage. And then after that's done, the next phase of people who are attacking Rancor in phase two take their attack, and they all finish together at 8:30, so we waste damage there. And then there's a big lag for the West Coasters, and we have some folks over in Europe and over in Australia and some different places like that. And so many of them take their attacks at 1:30 and then finish up there, and then at 4:30 everybody zergs and we knock it out.
Nice. And so have you guys always done it that way, or did you guys start out doing that way in the beginning?
No, we try at the very beginning we were sending in like one guy at a time because we didn't know how strong it was going to be at first, and so we're trying not to waste damage at all. And then once some of our guys started getting geared up, we needed to waste that damage as we were getting stronger. And so that's when we came up with the idea of all finishing our attacks at the same time so that we could waste the damage. And but we still did it over a long period of time so that we gave everybody a chance to get in there.
Rev, you forgot one big piece there. You've also banned Tebow from our raids.
Oh, that's
What?
true. We
You
did have to ban Tebow.
you banned?
No Tebow.
Really?
We ran
Well,
into
because we
this situation where people would run Tebow and just clear complete phases, and then people wouldn't even get a shot to do anything. So that kind of normalized our damage to how it was before mods came out, and it's kind of worked for us. Although I know a lot of people that farmed him are not happy, but um, it really has made it a little easier for us to control who gets a shot and making sure everyone gets a chance.
Nice.
I'm
Yeah,
happy I didn't farm him. It was sweet.
yeah, no, I mean that's very important. I remember I farmed Tebow, and I probably had 2 or 3 raids with him, and then we just took him off the table because everyone was getting 2 million plus damage, and it was just chaotic. And with finishing, within specific time frames was just difficult. People were finishing their turns before others, which the damage wasn't being wasted, and it was just causing a lot of problems. But I think it's the best where it is right now. But I think we're all really excited in beta to have a new raid coming out because it's going to be nice to have a new something new to attack, something new to try out, and I know I'm looking forward to it. So
Nice. And there's some other kind of interesting things that you guys do. Probably one of the biggest ones is you guys are huge Droid fans, right? I mean, it seems like there's a lot of people in beta that run max droids, yeah?
yeah, I
That's
think there's a
definitely
fair
true.
amount.
You can thank
We
Papa
had
Beezy for getting us into
yeah.
that one too. He was kind of like our master that just kept talking to us over and over when guilds started, and it's kind of got to a point where I think half the guilds got like a max droid team.
Well,
Yeah, no, BZ basically. I saw one of his videos with DACA, and I was sold. I was like, okay, it's time to start farming.
nice.
So it was the best video I've ever seen where he like res 3 people and they're just destroying everyone. It was awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, and now you guys have actually worked on, and maybe you can explain this a little bit. You guys have a whole thing with like changing up the mods to make sure that the droids go in a certain order, right?
Yeah, we
So
did
for
some of the first kind of tests with the mods, and we realized that being able to change what direction or who goes first can really affect, especially like 88's damage.
And you're
So I
talking
started
about you're talking
talking.
about on defense, not on offense, right? Or does it even matter? I guess.
Well, it works in both situations. So what I tried to do this because I wanted to get HK to go before 88. 88 gets a huge boost to damage if the other team has debuffs on them, and that's pretty much what HK does with his first shot. So having that order actually lets you do a good amount of damage that you wouldn't have got if 88 went first. So I changed mine to go 86, HK, then 88, and you pretty much have one or two dead characters at that point.
Nice. Okay.
yeah, and trust me, as I said, for me, I overclocked HK and 88 just because I want just those two to go, regardless. As soon as JE calls his recalibrate, so
Yeah.
I think we'll see that right now.
You will, because I am fighting Reggae Dragon's team for first at the moment, so you can kind of see how he's totally clocked everything completely differently, and it's impressive. I will tell you, it is much more impressive than when I fought it just a couple days ago.
Look at
Oh,
that 4-star Grievous.
that looks painful right there.
Yeah, it's
Another thing we found out, especially with JE, is that some people put all the speed they can on engineer, and that actually doesn't work because if you put so much speed on him that when he uses his special ability, it doesn't actually bring any of your droids up to max turn meter, and it's possible for the other team to get in there and actually hit your guys before you go. So there's a spreadsheet that somebody put on Reddit that actually lets you kind of calculate where you'll be once that happens, and you can say this guy's going to be at 100% when he uses it, and then this guy will be just below it.
okay. I gotcha. So that's I mean that's a incredibly unique way of using mods to make sure that stuff kind of lands in the correct order. And I didn't fully understand it, I guess, before whenever Reggae John was telling me, oh, I think I've overspeeded this character. And I'm like, how do you even overspeed somebody? I was like, I don't get it, but okay. I mean, help me out here. Help me try to understand. So that makes more sense. Now, Did someone in beta create that spreadsheet, or was it just someone else in the community somewhere?
I think somebody found it just on the regular Star Wars Galaxy Hero Reddit.
Yeah,
Um,
you found it.
Okay, I gotcha.
but we're kind of taking it to the extreme at this point because well, we know what the AI is going to do defensively anyway, so we know it's going to do these specific things in an order. So if the characters are in that order, it can be devastating.
Right, I
And yeah,
gotcha.
this is the beauty of mods too. I mean, honestly, the way they are now is how they should have been released. Having the speed, differ between characters. Being able to control that. Being able to control who goes first, who goes before who else, is really really important. It's really unique, and I think that this is one of the best features that the mods give in this game. And I have to honestly, CG did a good job with this, and I think a lot of people underplay that, and it's pretty important. So
I'm kind of with you. The first couple of weeks or the first couple of days that mods came out, I really did not care for them. And Zurin, and I'll go ahead and introduce Zurin because Zurin's in here with us. Say hi, Zurin.
Hi.
He kind of turned me around. He's like, "This is the way it's going to be. Like you need to, you need to get to where you're okay with them, and you need to use them to your advantage." And I was like, "Okay, so let's stop crying, and let's start, trying to figure this out. It's just another puzzle, like any other puzzle in the game. Let's figure out the puzzle." And use it to our advantage, however we can, and then utilize the resources we're given. And so I did that, I was much more successful that way. Um, and I guess that's kind of what you guys have done with mods on your droid teams, basically. That's way cool. So
Yeah, no, it helps tremendously. That's the bottom line. Those little mod sheets, and I don't know whoever invented it, and I think Daryl showed. I don't know how he found it, but that thing has been such a change because you see everything as far as the speed of those. For us droid runners, it's the key to the game. So
I mean,
yeah,
if you think about it, this game was released in November, and this is really the first time where you could decide who is going to go where. I mean, you were always at the mercy of what gear you had on the character. That's how much speed that character had. I remember for like a month trying to figure out a way to get like Akbar to go before Ray so I could like drop both of Ray's bombs on somebody back to back, but
mm,
there was no way to really customize that. And it does kind of give the advantage to somebody that's willing to sit down there and figure it out. And I don't know if a lot of people have done or wanted to do that, especially when mods came out and things were changing constantly. There were patches every day, it seemed like. But now that it's kind of stabilized at a point, you really can get in there and figure out what's going on.
yeah, and you make a good point. I mean, if we have a consistent, if the AI stays consistent, then you can modify what you're doing with speed and tenacity. Like, for example, my old Ben, I put tons of tenacity on old Ben. Why? Because I didn't want somebody to ability block him where he couldn't do his mind tricks. And I was like, he hits terribly. He's basically there for the evasion lead, and he's there for mind tricks. So I can't have someone stop the mind trick. So it's kind of a similar thing in a different way. I didn't particularly care how fast he was. I just wanted to make sure B2 or Anakin or somebody did an ability block him.
That's interesting, Grundy, because I know like on my server, I all of a sudden have 10 different old bins that are all running 180, 70 speed. And what they're trying to do is you do the mind trick, then Stormtrooper Han taunts, and you can't break the taunt and deal with Stormtrooper. So then you get wasted that way
I could see that,
if you're not ready for that.
and potentially, I guess if I have, if I have a really amazing Stormtrooper Han, my Stormtrooper Han is not amazing yet. He needs one more scanner, and I think he'll be good. And then I'll bring him in, with full Omega. I don't know who I'm taking out. But being as that I'm not full droid, it means that I end up, I end up having to modify my team based on who I'm fighting. I can't just bring in the same team over and over and over again. That it brings up another question, which is, droid teams just got two new characters introduced that potentially work very well with Jawa and potentially work very well with Droid. And so, what are your guys' thoughts now on are you how do you interface Chief Nebbit into the team versus and who do you take out? I know Reggae Dragon and I have had this conversation before. How do you think that's going to be a good addition, a bad addition? How are you guys thinking you're going to change based on Chief Nebbit and potentially even Jawa Scavenger as well?
Well,
I've been pretty hardcore on Nebbit, so I can talk on that one. I don't have any of the like basically the pay to play characters, so the only droids that really were available to me were HK 86, 88, and then I never wanted to do 100 because Papa Beezy said don't do IG 100. But Nebbit was like the perfect tank to come in, because he comes in, he can reduce cooldowns with his taunt, which is the first thing the AI does, and then he has that double assist when it is bugged right now. If it calls somebody that's stunned, it completely breaks the thing, and I'm hoping that they fix that soon. But he is that great tank that droids needed. That I was trying to put like old Daka in the way or Royal Guard. Didn't really have that synergy, and the fact that he's a Jawa and he actually gets that 50 speed to engineer instead of only 40, it can make a big difference in the.
Yeah, and the cooldowns too, right? So
Yeah, the
I
the
mean,
taunt reduces everyone's cooldown by 1 for special abilities. So if you use HK's ability and then you get a free attack from HK's leader, you do the same thing with 88, you get a free attack, and then you use 86 assist. When that taunt goes off, all of those get dropped to 1. The next thing 86 does is assist. The next thing HK does is throw his bomb again, and then 88's only 1 more turn away from dropping his.
nice. So, but I mean, so who are you? So, I mean, we're obviously keeping Java Engineer on the team. You're and then you're gonna keep you're gonna take you're gonna take Grievous off the team, or you're gonna take B2 off the team? Are you gonna take are you gonna take 88 off the team? I mean,
see, for me, I think it would have to like so for I'm running Grievous, right, and my 4-star Gear 9 Grievous definitely probably would get a relief if Nebbit would come in. But the key is on our server, Grande. I'm not dropping past 5, 7. It's awesome. You wake up and I'm like, even this morning, I'm number 3 with the 4-star Grievous. So it's like, I don't know who I'd put Nebbit in for right now because that Grievous is just a monster. So as I said, Papa Beezy keeps telling me, wait till you get him to max gear and wait till you get him keep starting him up. So, he's awesome. So I think Nebbit will be in there for certain teams because I think that taunt with the droids is just crazy, and I can't imagine 86 getting another 20K right back to back like that. So
I mean,
I think he has
80 yeah, 86 is the droid team's main damage dealer. I mean, effectively, he's the one shotter on the team, right? So,
Right.
Mhm.
so I mean, that's where you're going to see the majority of it is like that. So you pretty much want to keep 88 on the, I mean, excuse me, 86 on the team, and you definitely want to keep Jawa Engineer on the team because that's giving your speed up, and it's giving you your revive. So that means it's going to be one of the other 3 characters. I mean, maybe it's Grievous, maybe it's 88. I mean, if you paid for B2, I mean, you really want to put B2. You really want to give up that B2, and B2 is, I mean, as Reggae Dragon can tell you, I was pretty intimidated by B2, but I have since gotten much more effective against the B2 teams. He doesn't hit very hard, so maybe that's the guy you take out, or you take
Yeah,
out.
I'm happy that they didn't make B2 do a lot of damage. I mean, he's a big hassle character and he has a lot of utility. And if you've paid for him, then I would definitely say use him. But it's nice knowing that he doesn't do like even 7K on a basic or anything even remotely close to that. I think they did a good job with him. Talking about Chief Nebbit. I think if you're pay to play, I don't really see him being worth it to take anyone out on your team. But a free to play team, he's definitely someone that you should definitely look for. I mean, I don't even have a droid team, and I know that I've since he was added to arena shipments, I've just been farming him just to see, you know, where he actually lands. But you know, I don't know if anyone really has him at 7 star that I'm aware of. I mean, I know there's definitely is people that do, but I don't know, you know, anyone that runs him at 7 star right now. So
Yeah, I know. I know. I think Rimon's working on him pretty hard. So I know,
Yeah, he is.
and I think he's get.
Yeah, mine's max gear, and I'm like 30 shards away from 7 star. But so I've been using him for a few days. I agree. I think he's the free to play fifth for the team. But
Mhm.
if I had those problems where I had B2 and Grievous, I actually think 86 might be the guy to take out. Because if you think about all those AEs that are going to be coming down from those characters,
Mm,
when you're talking about
the,
HK, 88, B2, I mean,
Yeah,
Grievous
it's
too. I think 86 might be the guy I sit. It's hard to say.
interesting. Remon benched 88 out of that bunch and running Jawa Engineer, HK 86, Grievous, and B2, and he's liking that combo a lot.
See, the thing with the 86s, guys, and of all the droids, he's one of the few you can actually make slightly tanky and hard to beat. So, you know, 88's just a powder puff. Grievous is a powder puff as far as there's no health, there's no protection. You can get them somewhat viable, but 86 can actually sit on other teams. And actually, I used to run 86 sometimes with my old Ben lead. So 86 to me is one of those ones that I just can't see taking him out just because of that 20 plus K he drops and then calling someone else. And you know, and as you said, once you speed it up with Nebit, that just to me just double assist is awesome. You know, you could wipe out 2 tunes just like
yeah,
that with 2
the
characters.
call and assist is really important. I definitely feel, and I don't know personally. I don't run a droid team, but I don't think I would take out 86.
so then the next thing I want to go over is I kind of want to go over these developer notes, these developer updates that we got on, which kind of segues into because one of the droids is here. The developer notes we got from what day was that? Friday. So we're gonna transition over to that, and I'm
Yeah, for the Scoundrels.
yeah, I'm just gonna read that here real quick. We're gonna for the Scoundrel event. Here it is. So now it's up. So I wanted to kind of read this, and I'm gonna try to follow along in chat, but you guys are gonna have to bear with me here just a little bit. Um, so we'll read this. So what's happening this week? An update went out for the that reworked Wedge and Biggs. We talked about that on our last show. It says giving them great synergies when they're in the same squad, and they give that. Then it goes. Then it was announced that Wedge Antilles will be the daily login character for August, and we got that as well. And then this is the part that's neat. What's happening next week, which is this week? We are aiming to have another update come out with a large number of bug fixes, as well as additional categories for some existing units. For example, Gamorrean Guard, Stormtrooper Han, IG-88 will now have the Scoundrel tag. For me, this is huge. Um, what are your thoughts on this one?
Oh, we couldn't love this more.
Yeah,
We're
It's
all gonna
finally
we're
paying
all
off,
gonna
not farming the
finish that
scoundrels.
Scoundrel second level because all of our Scoundrels are awful.
yeah,
I've been waiting to finish credit heist level 1 forever, and now I can do it. So I'm excited
Yes,
about the 350
same.
credit.
yeah. I mean, most people, if they've been listening to the channel, um, you know, are pretty much have a Stormtrooper Han, and potentially have a have an IG-88. I just recently finished getting my IG-88 max starred and max geared. Max starred and max leveled. So he's 7 star and 80, and I'm finishing up his abilities now. This is going to be huge for me. I think this is going to go from me barely being able to finish the first one to being able to get all the way to the end of it. And get that million credits. I think this is huge. And Gamorrean Guard should always have been a scoundrel. I mean, he's Boba Fett's bodyguard. I mean, not Boba Fett. Jabba the Hutt's bodyguard. He should always have been a scoundrel, in my opinion. Along with IG-88. I mean, IG-88 is standing next to Dengar in every
Right.
in every movie that we see him in. The only couple times we see him, that's what he's doing. So that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and it's great because nobody wants to sink a bunch into Cad Bane just so they can do that million, or the laundry list of other Scoundrels. It was Lando, is good.
Yep.
Han Solo, depending on how far along you've got him, is good.
You mean you mean the raid Han Solo, right?
Yeah,
Just
Raid Han Solo.
yeah.
Standard issue vest Han Solo.
Yes.
Scruffy looking nerf herder.
Or as Malia Bean calls it, what does he call it? OG Han, original gangster Han. That's what he calls it, OG Han. And I'm like, what does OG stand for? And he's like, original gangster, baby. And I'm like, oh, okay, I got it, original.
Not quite OP.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. So I think this is a good fix. Then the last one that we have here, it says some additional notes. The additional notes are: we are still testing the tank takedown raid and are aiming for it to be launched in August. I guess that means starting today, we could get it at any time.
That's great news. I'd
Um,
love to see another raid. I'm tired of looking at the Rancor and the pigs.
I'd
Oh,
love
serious.
I'd love to see new content. Without a doubt, I have a few beefs as to how they do it. I would like for them to see. I would like a couple of things. I would like to see is I'd either like to see us still be going for OG Han right in the new raid, or I'd like for them to put OG Han in the raid Han in the guild shipments potentially, so that if we're doing a new raid, there's still a way for those people who haven't quite finished off raid Han, regular Han Solo, to finish him off while potentially we're going for a new character or better gear or better mods or whatever in the new raid.
So, Granda, you think they're gonna basically choose to do either or? That's horrible to me.
I think that if it's a new raid, it's possibly going to be a new reward, right? I mean, I think that
It's gonna be mods. I
I-
don't know if they're gonna do new rewards.
I totally well. I mean, so do you go for? So let's talk about that. I think that we can pretty much say that there are going to definitely be mods in the new raid. There potentially could be mods put into the old raid as well, because they did that and then they took it out. So my problem is that if we have character shards and different character shards in two raids, and let's say some people have decided I'm okay with a 6-star Han, or I'm okay with not having my hard Han, locked out. I'm okay with not having my Han totally finished off. Lord Skunk is saying in the chat that wouldn't it be nice to have OG Han moved into GW, for example, or moved into some other place in the game where you could get him while you're going for potentially R2D2 in the tank takedown raid or something to that matter. I think that'd be great. I don't know if they're going to do it or not. I think that we're going to, as guilds, as all of Team Skunk, potentially we may have to make some hard choices as to what we decide to do. But I'm just kind of throwing that out there so that everybody's got on their back burner that they're potentially with the new raid, we might have to make.
So you may have to have a different definition of what kind of guild you want to be in. Do you want to be a rank or raid guild, or do you
want to be
a tank raid, right?
Yeah, they're
Or
potentially
Switch Hitter Guild.
right, or a guild, a guild
That goes every other turn.
every other turn for every other one. I mean, if they make the mods amazing in the new raid and the mods are okay in the Rancor raid, potentially we're going to say, okay, that's made my choice for me. It's okay that I don't have a 7-star Han. We'll deal with him later. I mean, we'll come back later to him.
But we need arena love. That's the bottom line.
Arena is what gets me jazzed every day. I mean, Reggae Dragon will tell you that we have an ongoing text chat every day about what I am doing in Arena right now.
And how we're beating Daring Devorian. If you're listening, Daring, we're gonna beat you every time we see you.
We have a few individuals on there that don't seem to treat us with the same kindness that we treat everybody else with. So we get a little upset sometimes as a group. Or I should just say, I get upset, and then the rest of the group goes, okay, we'll get upset with you. It's okay.
Yeah, it's great when Grande gets upset because that means that someone's getting knocked back for a long time.
Wait, did they officially confirm that there's only going to be one form of currency for both raids? So it's going to stay. It's going to remain the same with
I don't
just.
know. I mean, how cool would that be if we had two separate currencies? That would be.
I think that could be really interesting. I mean, I doubt they'll do it, but I mean, I think that's a way that they could do that. They could implement that to resolve the problem of having guilds. Half of them wanting to do the Rancor for the gear, and the other. The other wanting to do the tank raid to get the mods. So I mean,
Well,
they
hey,
can go a bunch of different ways for it.
Yeah.
see, CG, if you're listening, this is what a lot of us, because right now, you get a raid reward, number of Han Solo shards, get either a full or some salvage or some gear that you need. And a lot of times, if you're like me, you just get scanners over and over. Like I have so many.
Man, I wish we could trade. I need scanners so
that
bad.
or like yeah, for real. Or give us enough guild currency to equal whatever it is. Let's say you finish second place. Instead of giving me 40 scanners, give me the guild currency equivalent of 40 scanners. Let me go to the guild store and buy what I want to buy.
I'm great with that. In fact, that would be great. Give me the equivalent in currency and let me pick what I want because I can pick better than what you can give to me.
Absolutely. I'm actually sitting on 270 furnace salvage right now. I can't remember the last time I got anything besides a furnace or furnace salvage from a raid.
Yeah.
In the past month.
I
It's
mean,
ridiculous.
I have so much furnace salvage. I have a Gear 10 Jedi Consular. And I have a almost and I almost have a Gear 10 Biggs Darklighter because I got tired of sitting there looking at plus symbols next to their name next to their gear for so long.
How do you have all those syringes?
Well, because because I farmed the crud out of syringes at one point, so I had extra syringes, and I'm just like, you get a furnace, and you get a furnace, and you get a furnace, and then I got.
Oh, you're Oprah now. Nice.
And then I got IG88 up, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have given away all those furnaces because now IG88 needs all those stinking furnaces.
Oh, the droids will eat your furnaces.
My
all
goodness,
of them.
they do.
Yeah.
They need a bunch of furnaces.
Save 3 of them for OG Han.
Oh yeah. I know.
So the only thing I would say though that I'm worried about is when EA right we're still testing, so they haven't done a good job of testing anything.
Right.
So I'm just concerned that when we see this, I think we've all I like to call it the mod apocalypse where people lost people. I'm just hoping we don't have the raid apocalypse because they screw it up. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
as I said, that's the thing that I worry about.
Oh
At
man, I
least
hadn't
the
even
game is
thought
so
about it
fun.
like that. Yeah. So then that kind of segues into mods and potentially, getting mods from the new raid. I wanted to talk about a guide which Rental which gave me Dental gave me a little bit ago, and I guess you guys made this earlier. It's a mod inventory tracking.
Yeah, I made this for myself because I was so tired of looking at the interface trying to figure out who had what mods that I was like, I started writing it down by hand and said, I gotta do this
Yeah.
on a spreadsheet.
So
So I made a spreadsheet. It's on lordskunk.com.
Yeah.
It's right there on the first post right now. And you or anybody can use Google Sheets to actually put in all your mods, and then you can have a graphical way of figuring out who you want to put them on. So that sheet there is kind of an example of you just type in the stats your mods have and then put in the values for them, and then you can put what character has it. And then when you see, hey, this mod has a bunch of speed, I didn't even realize it was on this guy, you can just kind of type there you want to move it. And it's kind of an easy way for you to keep track of it without having to just memorize where all this stuff is.
Yeah. So I think this is super cool, and I know that we're working. I mean, Zern Fett did a spreadsheet earlier, and I know he's working on another deal that we'll kind of keep secret at the moment. He's working on another deal for mods. This is really going to be helpful, I think, because I can't keep track of my mods. I mean, you end up with 200 and something of them, and you're like, why did I have that mod on this guy? You're going through your inventory looking at somebody, and you're like, let's say you have huge potency or you have a decent mod, but it has two secondary potencies on a character that doesn't need potency, like Leia, for example. Leia,
That's exactly the thing we're trying to let you see so that you can
Mhm.
figure out, okay, this character really needs this, or, this character needs protection, but I don't know where they are. The interface in the game only lets you see the mods that aren't assigned. But what about if you have 10 of the square mods out there? You don't know where they're at. So it's pretty basic. Zurins is going to be so much far beyond my capabilities.
yeah,
I already know that's going to
I saw a
happen.
little teaser he put in here earlier, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's gonna be amazing.
This
But
was just
let's
a first attempt, really.
Yeah, but Daryl, you deserve a lot of credit, man.
I,
That
I
thing has saved
I'm
me a
I'm,
ton.
I'm already
Saved me
using his
40 minutes.
spreadsheet.
So yeah, I
I'm already
started it
using.
about a week and a half ago. I talked to some people in the community that really kind of helped like point out, things that should be added, things that a couple of bugs that I introduced by just using copy and paste. But for the most part, like when you fill out a stat here, it actually will show you, just kind of give you a color of what the stat would help. So like red helps all of your damage characters or damage people, and then blue helps survivability. And you can see that, oh wait a minute, this mod would be great on IG-88 for my example, or like a tank one for Nebbit. So it's good just for like an inventory, and then you can keep it on your own sheet. So you can just edit it as much as you want. You just go up there and hit file and make a copy, and you can put it on your own account. Um, so I've got mine out there for my personal use, and I've been using it way too much. But I hope it helps some people. I mean, it really didn't take long to put together, but I figure if I'm doing it for myself, if it's an extra hour, we'll get it for everyone. So hopefully the community can use it.
Yeah, by all means, and I really appreciate you sharing that. So now we have Zern's spreadsheet that kind of gives you a general idea on what's going on with mods, and now we have Drenel's spreadsheet that's going to show exactly which mods you have and which ones are better, and I think that both of those are going to be pretty amazing, and then we'll just keep going. We'll just keep going and see how far we could go with getting everybody different ways to look at your mods, I guess. A couple of things that I wanted to do. We're trying to make it where we start talking about some of these different Team Skunk guilds. I know, and we kind of never really go and name every Team Skunk guild and give a big shout out. And so I kind of just wanted to go from bottom to top and start kind of saying some of these guilds. We have a couple of new guilds that have just joined here recently, and so I wanted to talk about those. The two new guilds I want to talk about is Team Skunk the Way. That's a brand new guild. That's a guild that's come into our under our umbrella, and also another one called Team Skunk Bane. So we want to give a big shout out to those. We also want to give a big shout out to Team Skunk Kai and Team Skunk X, Team Skunk Theta, Team Skunk Songhammer, Team Skunk Rho, Team Skunk Upsilon, Team Skunk Psi, Team Skunk Pi, Team Skunk Omicron, Team Skunk Nu, Team Skunk Moo, Team Skunk Lambda, Team Skunk Kit, Team Skunk Gamma, Team Skunk Beta, Team Skunk Omega, Team Skunk Alpha. So for everybody, I wanted to make sure that everybody knew we appreciate all you guys. Everybody who's in a Team Skunk guild, everybody who's looking for a guild, by all means, come to our Discord. It's in the description at the bottom. We have a Team Skunk XXX. No, I don't know if Team Skunk XXX will ever show up, but that would be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? So
Team Skunk After Hours.
the problem was we ran out of Greek letters that people wanted to take. So, and then some of the Greek letters we can't actually write in for some reason. EA doesn't like certain Greek letters, so we just said, okay, that's it, we're done. Team Skunk, and what do you want to be at the end? And they're like, okay, I want to be Team Skunk Bane. and I want to be Team Skunk. I want to be Team Skunk, whatever. So, Malia Bean said Team Skunk Cajun shrimp, Team Skunk sweet and sour shrimp, and Team Skunk
Unreal.
barbecue shrimp.
Unreal.
Holy moly! Oh, Theta. We definitely love Theta. Let me tell you, we love Theta. If I missed anybody, golly, I tried to say every one of them. Without a doubt, I tried to say every Team Skunk Guild. We definitely like all the Team Skunk Guilds. We definitely like all of the camaraderie, and hopefully I don't piss a whole lot of people off. I managed to I managed I managed to piss off Rashana X yesterday, and I will apologize on stream because I apologized to him in person and then in the Discord too. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Hopefully I don't go off.
That's how good Patron is. He actually went to the dude's house and apologized to him.
Nice.
He actually flew,
Lord
he
Skunk.
actually flew to the dude's house.
That's right, in
Your boy's
Germany.
here.
Nice.
Your
Team
boy's here.
Skunk.
Yeah,
Lord
Lord
Skunk.
Skunk comes back. I got. Look, I'm gone for 2 weeks. I got like 18 new guilds in the thing when I come back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
There you go.
Good
Yeah.
to have you back.
I look in the every day I check the Discord. I look in the Discord, and there's like a new guild. I'm like, dang, how many? Where are we getting these people?
It's like 19 now. It's like 19 kills. It's insane.
It's hard to imagine. I mean, I remember like the second week, I think it was, of your streams. So it's hard to imagine where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. It's great. It's awesome. It's so cool. I mean, I get so many people send me, direct messages or like, what I just got one actually from, let me see who it is. It's kind of funny. Let me see. It's one of my last ones from Smash. He's like, hey, hopefully everything is going all right. I was just curious, though. What have you been up to lately? It seems like you're working for the government or something.
Nice.
I'm like deep cover, baby, deep cover. But no, I mean, dude, I appreciate all the messages. Everybody, I try to respond back to every single person, all the different social media stuff and the Discord and stuff. So hey, we're still rolling on, man. We got this ain't about me. This is about you got Grand Patron, you got Daniel's Chat, you got Lord Wrath, you got Remon. You got all these people, along with all the other guys that are on this, as well. I hadn't had a chance to talk with them as much either, but those are the guys holding it down, man. This is a community. I founded it. You guys are making it happen. I mean, that's what it's all about. You just need that person to start it, and then everybody, rallies up, and then the leaders come out. So it's really cool, man. People get busy, and other people step up. It gives other people an opportunity to step up. So it's really cool. Appreciate you guys continuing this on while I'm in this busy time right now.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I not only do I not recognize the Discord sometimes, I don't recognize the game I log in sometimes. It's just...
Yeah.
So, if you don't mind us asking, what have you been up to? If you care to share.
I'll have to send you over the non-disclosure agreement.
He got
Being classified.
He got a job with EA
Yeah.
and CG, and so now he can't tell us anymore what's going on.
They hired me to say, "Can you fix this, please?"
Rogue One.
Funny enough, I go away and actually I start getting messages from those guys. They all start reaching out to me. John Solera actually messaged me and asked me if I was going to be at the Star Wars, the Europe one. The thing they had recently. I was doing a lot of tweets and updates on that. I also did a lot of updates on San Diego Comic-Con. I did not go to the Star Wars Europe thing. I would love to have, but no, I didn't have time for that. But what I've been doing is, just so you guys know, some of you know, it's like Patron knows this, but when I'm in between like contracts or gigs or whatever, however you want to call it, it's my time to just relax. You know what I mean? I relax. I game. I can't game a lot when I'm doing that. And that's kind of how I started doing the Star Wars Galaxy, man. I mean, Star Wars Galaxies just kind of popped up. I started playing the game. I said, what the heck? Let's live stream it. And then that turned into these live shows, and it turned into this community. But then, I can't do that forever. Unfortunately, as much as a lot of people in the Galaxy Heroes community likes to say, I'm making mad money off our community. I'm trying to ship these shirts and hats, and I'm actually losing money to ship them.
Oh, no.
But it's all good. It's all good. But I still actually have to make money. So now it's time to get back in the game. The positions I have, are typically sales and marketing. Right now I'm a national sales director for a company. So there's a lot that goes into it. You got to build a team, just like I build a team here. You got to build a team of good people. It takes time. So working on that, I like working on big money deals. So that's what we're building up towards. That's what we're doing. So It's all good, man. I mean, you guys have picked up the torch. You guys are running with it. Appreciate everybody, man, that do what they do. I know Daniel Jackson's done some of these. Patron does. We probably should let Riemann do some. He probably feels bad, but I always like giving him a hard time. So I haven't seen Dartron though. What's up with Dartron? Where's he been?
Man, he said he's super busy with his work during the summertime. He said it's like his busy season, so he can't be on quite as much.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting groceries about this time of year, so he's gonna.
I don't know. It's just telling you what I was told.
He's working on his new bike. He just actually purchased a new bike. I'm pretty sure. Is what he was doing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh
Nice.
my
He's
gosh.
probably spent about
He
$4
threw it
grand
into
on the
the
bike.
ocean.
Yeah, he spent $4 grand on his bike. I can't afford a car, so I'm gonna buy a $4,000 bike.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I
So,
love
Skunk, are
Dartron.
the skills that it takes to build a team here just like the same stuff it does when you're at work? Because I sure hope that you're not putting like us on your resume or something like that.
No, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to build a good team. I mean, fortunately for myself personally, I do tend to attract high performers. Like a Grand Patron, obviously. Riemann does a great job. Lord Wrath. I mean, Lord Wrath. Not only just in the game or in the community, he's very prevalent, but I mean personally, or professionally for him, he's been very successful. So, that's what I tend to surround myself with. I tend to attract those kind of people. And that's why our community is what it is. I mean, if I attracted a bunch of 13-year-old kids, the next shiny object they see, they run off after, we wouldn't have this community. I mean, if you look at the leadership of our community, I mean, these are very high level individuals, whether it's in corporate or business owners or whatever it might be. The people who run this, we run this like we run a business, and that's why our community is so successful. I mean, we got over 1,500 people on the Lord Skunk Discord. I think we're sitting around 900 or more on Team Skunk. Team Skunk is still viewed heavily. LordSkunk.com. I mean, really, we haven't put a post on there as much as we used to. We're still tracking, very, very, very good views. So, all the stuff that we got is good. It just keeps rolling along, and we keep doing it. I mean, just pick up the torch and run with it. The people that are in this community love it. I mean, they just absolutely love the community, the way it's ran. The people that don't, we got some haters out there, of course. Some what do you want to call them, defectors or whatever, right? We got some defectors, and they prefer they don't like the fact that we can't cuss in the community. Okay, well, I mean, if you want to just sit around and cuss, this probably ain't the place to do that. So I don't know how we could possibly be tyrants because we don't let you cuss. I mean, we got, I mean,
We have an 11. There's an 11-year-old. There's an 11-year-old, a verified 11-year-old in Team Skunk Kit. I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
are you really? We're gonna cuss? We got 11-year-olds around. Would you cuss in front of an 11-year-old in real
So
life?
when's the Pokemon Go station?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, people are like, you're such a tyrant. You don't let us cuss. Dude, if you want to cuss, you're more than welcome to go cuss. Just don't sit here in our community and do it. You know what I mean? Go do what you want to do. It's crazy, but no, man. I mean, it's pretty impressive what we got. I mean, think about it. We're only 5. I mean, I've only been playing this game for 5 months.
Yeah.
Go to my YouTube and look at if you go to About Me or whatever, and you click on the channel. It's February 19th, I think it was, when we started the channel. So we're up to almost 500,000 views. I mean, we got 3,500 subscribers. That's not why we do it. We don't do this for the views. We don't do this for the subscribers. If we wanted to do it for the views, we would sit there and cuss and be negative as hell.
No.
You know what I mean? If we did it for the views,
It doesn't do any good.
Yeah, that's not what we're about, man. That's not what we're about. So, we're about a good, solid community. This is about a community that we can be a part of for the next 2-3 years, 5 years, 10 years, So, and a little backstory on me, too. I started my very first guild outside of ones that I created. Obviously, I'll naturally start one. But I ended up joining one. It was actually started in 1994. Okay, before I even had a computer, before I even knew what internet was. I joined the guild in 1998. They're called the Undead Lords. So if you go to the undeadlords.net, the oldest gaming guild in the world. I've been in that guild since 98, since I was like 18 years old. I joined that guild, been with them off and on. I mean, I met them in real life. We had real life get-togethers. I had parties at my house. They would come visit me from all over the country. I went to their house to visit them all over the country. So it's really cool. So, I mean, those are like my family. You know what I mean? Those are my peeps. And that was my gaming crew. And it's the same thing, the same philosophy here. Now, there, it was very difficult to get in. You had to go through a stringent process. And you're on Dead Lord. That's how I became Lord Skunk, right? That's why we have Lord Skunk. It became, once you get knighted and you become a full member, it's just like the Crips or the Bloods, man. You're a full member for life. So, then you get the Lord title. So, yeah, that's how that came about. But, I've already been a part of that. I've already seen the successful community. We wrote the strategy guide for World of Warcraft, for crying out loud. I mean, the largest massively multiplayer game in the history of the world. We had a full 40 beta accounts for our guild. We wrote the strategy guide for Brady Games. There's a lot of success that we've had in different various games. So I just brought that into this community. They're playing PC games. I just don't have a lot of time to commit to PC games, so we got the mobile. So here we are.
There
We're
you
running
go.
our own little mobile
There you
community,
go.
rocking it.
I wanted to go over something real quick while we have it up, and I know that Daniel's Jack has been talking with Force B, and this is going to be up on the lordskunk.com website probably today.
Hey, before you do that, though, I had a lot of people asking, what was the one thing you were talking about? You guys were talking about some type of cheat sheet or something. Where do they access that at?
Okay, so the two he's talking about this. He's talking about the one that we posted up here on lordskunk.com. That's
Yep, I saw that one.
and
Yep,
then
I posted the
and
link
then
to that.
and then there's the other one, which is Zern Fetz, which I think is posted an announcement on Discord.
Okay,
and
we
I
should
think-
get that one
and I
up. Yeah,
think-
we should definitely get that one up.
I
Because a
talked
lot
to-
of people are asking about that.
I talked to Daniel's Jack about getting that one up. I don't know why, and I posted it last week.
Tell me where it is. I'll post it while you're
Okay,
talking about this other thing.
it's in announcements, and if you scroll up from announcements, you'll see it. And then also to anything from Force B in Pi, he's told us that he wants all of his stuff up as well. So the one is the one that I posted, and then the other one it's got kind of a funny looking
Ruling the Galaxy or something.
Yes, Ruling the Galaxy. That's the one that's the one he wants. The one I wanted to talk about right now was I wanted to talk about Force Bees, because you can see it actively on my screen right now. So Force B, who's in Team Skunk Pi, and who's we're going to get his posts up on the Lord Skunk website. But I wanted to show you this, guys, right now. What he's talking about is he's talking about this right here, daily guild bait coin bug and how to avoid it. And the reason why I wanted to show you this is because you could see it on the camera right now, because you could see it on mine. If you look at my screen right now, I just had my reset. If you look right here, it shows my guild coin contribution, because it got messed up yesterday, is 324. If I come in here and I go look at my main screen, and I go to guild activities, it shows 0 of 600. Which meant if I start spending energy right now, I would mess up my guild contribution. Now, we're not exactly sure how this happens. Lord Wrath and I have an idea that has something to do with Cantina energy. It has something to do with if you need to go reset the game. I went back to the main screen and reset the game while I put the title screen up. And look here. Finally, 7 or 8 minutes after the guild reset, finally I'm at 0.
We have been having this exact
This
same
is
problem.
huge. And so what I want to
Yeah.
and so what I want to talk about is I want to talk about this post right here from Force B, where he kind of explains sort of what we think might be happening. We're not sure. And we're going to get this up on the lordskunk.com website as well. Force B has basically said, as long as we just put anything we want on there, just point it back to his or whatever. That way he can write whatever he wants to write, format it however he wants, and we just get it on lordskunk.com. But this is where he talks about this. He also has some other really great posts that he wants us to get on. One of them is a funny one, and it seems really basic, but it's how to tell the difference between Sunfac and GS. I know that sounds really that sounds so stinking simple. You're like, how in the world could this be so simple? But and he's got a little picture of Sunfac, a little picture of GS. And he kind of goes in, why is Sunfac different than GS? So I definitely want to give some big props to our boy Force B over at Team Skunk Pi about what he's got here, and we will get those up on lordskunk.com here shortly. But the guild reset, the guild coin thing is real, and it's a pain in the rear.
I'm surprised we haven't heard more about this, or at least something from PG about this, because it's pretty big bug, and
it's a pretty big bug. And the other thing is it affects everybody in that guild, and it seems to be worse on the Cantina Energy Day, either the day before Cantina Energy Day, the day of Cantina Energy Day, or the day right after, where you have Cantina and then light side, and you're spending 2 different types of energy. I think there's something to that, but crap, I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to I wanted to let you guys know that and let you know that it will be up here on Lord Skunk soon, so you guys can definitely take a look at that. Other than that, any final thoughts? Anything anybody has as far as the community or things that they want to kind of mention? As I know, we're recruiting in all the guilds, so come to the lordskunk.com Discord, come to teamskunk.com Discord, post and looking for guilds. Ask for Malia Bean or myself. We'll be happy to kind of point you. We're kind of trying to make it where we're kind of trying to put people in the correct guilds for them, rather than just have it be a free for all. So that way you kind of get into a like player style guild as to what you're playing. I guess we'll just start off at the top. Ty Pilot, you got anything? Bimatsu, D Reynolds.
Yeah, I got a little something. Just for the next raid, do not sleep on Ugnaught, all right? Yeah, he's gonna be the OG.
And there was a that's a good point. There was a interview with EA Jesse on like some kind of Wookiee podcast or something, and he actually said that he thought that Ugnut might be good for the new raids. So
Absolutely. His AoE stun is going to be very, very. I mean, I firmly believe that what's going to happen is they're going to keep the structure the same. So there's going to be, a phase one's going to be like a pig phase,
right.
And it's going to be multiple targets where there could be stunnable droids. And I think that's where Ugnaught will do very well. So, all the Jawas, Ugnaught, any character that has any sort of anti-droid synergy, such as, Eth Koth, all the people that farmed him that were regretting it, Amagundi, Anakin, and AOE. I feel is going to be very strong in this raid as well.
Nice. Daryl B, anything?
Yeah, that's a good point though, because I worked on some of the Jawas too. Maybe Dacha is going to be good in this. We don't know. It's something to think about. Maybe even store some coins until the new raid comes out, so that you can actually have choice when we figure out what characters are going to be good. You can get them really quick.
Nice. Oh, Maurice. We always chat back and forth. You got anything? Martha Vader, you got anything? Panda, I know you got your mic off. You got anything? My brother, Reggae Dragon.
Just one thing, and if you want to go to Arena one more time and show Daring Devarian, every day you are going to get hit. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not a bitter guy, but just every day
there he is, ranked 4 right now.
I confirm
he should enjoy that spot because he'll be there.
Oh man, Zern Fett, you got anything?
Great things are coming to Team Skunk.
Absolutely, great things are coming. Get over here, be with us. We have a very positive attitude. I wanna say Rev Shaw, Rev Dr. Shaw. We appreciate having Beta. We appreciate having all your guys here and all of your theory crafting and some of the amazing stuff you guys are doing in Beta. You got any final thoughts?
Yeah, man. Just if you want to talk theory crafting, our guild does it. Awesome. Hit us up any. But we don't. We talk a lot of droid snipe, but there's also guys that don't run droids. We run a bunch of different meta type of teams. We can help you deal with all those speed bins out there that might be killing you or something like that. So hit us up. We love to talk.
Absolutely.
Discord.
Yeah,
Awesome.
make sure you guys are in both Discords, Team Skunk and LordSkunk.com. Head to LordSkunk.com and check all that out.
Absolutely. And then final, Lord Skunk, you got anything?
Yeah, I just posted the Zurinfet's Guide to Ruling the Galaxy, basically a mod tool. Make sure you check that out. It's on LordSkunk.com. It's the first post right now. You can search all the guides on LordSkunk.com by searching guide up in the top search bar, but it's right there. It's the first one. Also, mod inventory tracking tool that you guys were talking about is on there as well. Big thing, man. Big thing for all the people, that are in the community, man. I mean, you just said a ton of names, some very, very, very talented, very good people you guys can get information from. So glean that information, even if you're not a part of Team Skunk. There's no reason why you shouldn't be. But if you're not, you're always more than welcome to come into LordSkunk.com. I mean, those guys will always answer questions regardless of what you have. But the other thing that's really important, okay, this is super important. I don't want anybody to forget about this. If you're in Team Skunk, regardless of what guild you're in, you can go to your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your girlfriend. You can pull up your app, and then where it shows the guild thing, you just look, man, I'm in the #1 guild in the world, bro.
That's right.
I'm in the #1 guild in the world.
That's right, without a doubt.
Team Skunk, baby, represent.
I know. One last thing. I know. We got one comment here in chat about Remon's smoking status. I promise
Oh my
you,
goodness.
I bug
Is he
him.
still
I
alive?
bug him every day about
Is
the thing.
Reman still alive,
Yeah.
guys? Is he still alive?
He is still alive. I bug him every day on his smoking status. We
Get that vape on, player. Get that vape.
I know it. We got, but thanks to Malia Bean too for kind of running the chat for me and answering those questions in there. We definitely appreciate it. That's all I got. So we will see you guys next time.
Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.